Hey everybody, I am back with a super quick last minute Halloween project. So Tammy got the Doodlebug Ghost Town paper into Country and Craft Creations right before the retreat here a couple of weeks ago. And pretty much all of the ladies that went and shopped at the retreat bought the paper. She's got a little bit left. I'm not sure. She should have it up on the website before too much longer, but there's not going to be a whole lot of it, so at the point it hits, if you want it, grab it fast. If you are one of the ladies who bought this at the retreat, then here's something you can do with it. So I've got the 12 papers that are in the collection pack. So we've got this cute stripe with the little ghosts on the back. Got a cute, that's not a stripe, that's a polka dot. It's early. We have another polka dot with candy corns. Got candy with some more polka dots. Cute kind of plaid with the, what do you call them? Journaling cards that are just adorable. I love this with the little houses and the little trick-or-treaters. One of the better, there's our stripes. Oh my god. Okay, owls and trees, another way cute plaid, which my camera's actually kind of freaking out over this one, which, okay, weird, it's not done that before. Spiders, we've got another stripe. We've got cute pumpkins, and then we've got some little cut-aparts with letters and different little things. So if you were doing, I don't know if you saw, Nicole Lynn has been making little milk carton treat boxes for her grandsons, and I'm not even sure who else, but she's made, I can't even tell you how many, tons and tons of them. And she's been using these on them, and they're so cute. Okay, another stripe. Oops. With little bats in the clouds on the back. This one we've got moon and stars and clouds in black, and then in color on the other side. And if you saw their baby paper, this is just a Halloween version of that particular page that was in both the boys' paper and the girls' paper. Frogs, I love the frogs, can I just tell you. This is just a cute script that says Happy Halloween. And we've got the border strips, which I love. And then another cute pattern on the back. I've got a couple of sheets of matching My Colors cardstock that coordinate with the colors that are in here. And then I also have the petite prints that match the collection. So I'm not sure if she has these still, but if she does have the petite prints packs, I highly, highly recommend that you grab these, because I went through, because I have got an entire gigantic drawer full of petite prints because they work so well with everything, that I actually went through my stash and pulled these, but they are sold as a coordinating pack that goes with the paper collection. So, and in the new one is their new petite print, which is the wood grain on the one side and then this cute buffalo check on the other. So I went through and pulled all of my colors that I needed here. There's my other one. I knew I had the other ones in here. So you get 2 of each color in 2 different patterns. Well, 4 if you count the back sides. So I've got all of that to work with. What we're going to be doing is a very simple 6x6 layout album. So it's not going to have a whole lot of flips and flaps. It's more about using the paper and using all of the little fun things that go with it. So I have the icon stickers. I have the mini icons, which have a lot of the same elements as the icon stickers. So like we've got the little ghost here with his little train of pumpkins in 2 different sizes, which are really handy. These, if you do planners and calendars, these are awesome for that. We've got the chit chat and the odds and ends. And the odds and ends we'll get into here in a little bit. I know I walked you guys through, I did a live a couple of months back with the barbecue paper that I still have not gotten around to using. And these are probably my absolute favorite thing that Doodlebug comes out with. They are so stinking cute and so fun to work with, and there's so many things you can do with them. So we're going to do a couple of projects that really kind of focus on these too. And then the Chit Chat, and the Chit Chat is adorable. It's got, you know, a bunch of different words and phrases, and I don't always get the Chit Chat. It just kind of depends on the collection. This one had, you know, cute banners. It had cute words. It has those eyes. It's got a bunch of cute little sayings. It's got these little tickets that are adorable. But with Halloween, where you're kind of thinking, okay, I'm going to use this with, you know, pictures of my kids and that kind of thing, that's where the Chit Chat really kind of comes in handy, because you can, you know, put that with pictures of the kids, and you can, it's great for cards too. It's actually fabulous for cards. So we're going to use some of that. And then we have the little ghost in the truck with the pumpkin doodle pop that I almost don't even want to use him. He's so cute. I just have to hoard him. And then I thought I had a couple other doodle pops, and I may have lost them in the disaster that is my desk right at the moment. We also have shape sprinkles. We have eyes. We have candy corns. And we have glitter sprinkles. So got a lot of options there as well. I love the eyes. They usually do the eyes almost every Halloween, and I buy them every Halloween just so that I don't run out of them, because I love them. So, all right, so let's get started. Okay, first off, for our book, this is not going to be real huge because this is meant to go together quickly, because we're, you know, a little over a week and a half away from Halloween. So if you're going to do a Halloween project, you might be doing it after the fact, but if you're trying to get something done ahead of time, like as a gift for somebody, you're going to want this stuff sooner. So I'm using the lightweight chipboard, and I do need to trim that one. 6.5 by 6.5, so you need 2 pieces. Lightweight chipboard, 6.5 by 6.5. And I have gone ahead and prepped the back of those with my score tape. Our spine is 6.5 by 2. And we're going to wrap those and start with our spine. So the piece to wrap our spine is going to be 5 by 8.5, because we want 1.5 inches on each side. So I'm going to use my 1-inch spacer and my 1.5-inch spacer, so that I have my 1.5 on each side. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that down. Get that one out of the way. To wrap our cover pieces, you're going to need 2 pieces, 8.5 by 8.5. I'm going to swap that out for the 1-inch. I've got my little pick tool here, sorry. All right. Okay. That's the other thing I love about these. If you accidentally get the edge of your chipboard on top of one of these, unlike the chipboard scrap spacers, it won't stay stuck to this. So I'm not sure. She might be out of them. I'm not positive. If she is, she should be getting some more. If you have not ordered the spacers, they are, I believe, $20 a set. They are so worth it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead on all 3 pieces just fold and burnish. All right. So normally for the covers, you know, we come in here and we cut out this square. And for the spine, we're doing a whole other thing where we kind of fold it and miter it and all this. Well, at the retreat, there were a couple of ladies that had said, you know, oh, I don't do that. I just cut this just like I do the cover pieces, and it's less bulky and it still works. And you know what? It does. So that's what we're going to do. I clearly cut this weird because I thought more went in than the other, or it slid on me when I was putting it down, which is entirely possible too. So we're still going to go ahead and clean up our sides. Really ought to, well, I guess we can see okay. I was going to say I ought to turn my mat around since I'm working with black paper, but I think it's actually okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do that on the other two pieces as well. Okay. Check my corners on the other one today. Okay, let's check our corners. I have to go back and check it on the other piece because I didn't check it on it. All right. Let's grab the 1/4" score tape. And coffee, sorry. So we're just going to go around this like we always do. I'm kind of loving the lightweight chipboard lately. I don't know why. Especially on smaller albums. It's really easy to work with. It's super easy to cut. Tammy does have it in the store, Country Craft Creations. You can, and I want to say on the website, I think it says it's 8.5 by 11, which honestly works for most projects because it's rare that you're going to need chipboard larger than that. And then you don't have as much waste. If any of you are in the Country Craft Creations Social Cafe, you probably saw my chipboard post. Oh, dear Lord, you don't even know how many scraps of chipboard I threw away. It was kind of sad, actually. It's like, if only I could piece these together into one big album. But it is not possible. At least I don't think it is, and I'm not going to try. Okay. All right. 1 second. All right. So, let's start with our spine since we're doing something different on here. I'm going to go ahead and pull my backing off on both ends. And then we'll see if my glue wants to work today. I was having issues last night. I could not get it cleared out to save my life. Okay, so we're just going to take our bone folder, push up against the edge of that chipboard, and then over and down. Okay, that part's ready to go. We're going to set it aside. I'm going to go wrap our front and back cover. And we'll put this together. And we'll get our pages going. Okay. Here it goes again. I have to see if I've got another tip because I know that's part of the problem. It just does not want to clear out. And I mean, I sat here last night with pipe cleaners digging at it. I had anything and everything I can think of trying to get this cleared out. And I've got a couple of them that I honestly just need to go set them in hot water and oh, this is going to drive me nuts if it's going to do this to me all morning. There we go. I hate to have to do it that way, but this one's being so temperamental, I may have to. Just up and over. I don't know that I've got another extra tip. Here, I think I've used them all. I've got a whole bunch that need cleaned. Like soaked and cleaned and all that kind of fun stuff. Okay. Last side. My group chat on Facebook's over here going crazy. So when you're hearing dinging, that's all it is. Okay. So we're going to take our little spine piece and we're going to burnish. And that's really why I quite liked not leaving those extra pieces hanging out on the side here. Because when you go to burnish this down, it does it much easier and much more cleanly, which is nice. So, okay, I am going to grab my score tape. I'm only going to do my ends because we're going to do something a little bit different on this one than I would normally maybe do. Okay, we are going to take one of our petite prints. I think we're going to take this cute little green wood grain. And we want a couple of strips that are 2 inches. Okay. Actually, 2 that are 2 inches, 1 that is 2.5. Okay. These all need to be 6.5 high. I think that's going to work. Yeah. Okay. It's not 6. 6.5. Okay. I'm going to save those little pieces for something else. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this around the edge of the inside part of that cover. So I'm going to take my scoreboard. I'm going to score both of my 2-inch pieces at 1 inch. Let's do it that other way because we want to bend towards the bumpy side. And on my 2.5 inch piece, I'm going to score this at 1/4. Turn it all the way around. And then 1/4 again. Because this one that actually may need to be 3 inches. Yep, that one needs to be 3 inches. I apologize. It's okay because we're going to cut this to 6.5 first. Actually, let's go 3/4 so that it can get under there really good. So 3/4. I'm going to score this at 5/8. Turn it around and 5/8 again. Okay. That's going to come down like so. Okay. And then these two we're going to wrap on there. So what we're going to do is I am going to glue this. And if you wanted to ink it first, you can. I probably should have, but I'm using black cardstock, so it'll be fine. I can ink it after the fact, and it's not going to matter. Okay, this is going to go edge to edge, top and bottom, okay? There's my... Okay. We've got just a tiny bit right there you can see hanging out. We're just going to follow where that's already been mitered. And just miter that. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and glue that down. Okay. You want to hold it flat when you glue it. You don't want to get glue up on the folded part of it. Okay. And then we're going to come back in here and burnish again. Okay. And then we will do our other piece of score tape. Again, keeping it out away from the chipboard, just like we would normally do. Okay, so that part's ready. Let's do one of these. All we're going to do is attach this on one side. Okay, and then the other. Okay, and then come up and over and down. Okay, pull our backing off of our score tape. Oops. And we're just going to line it up, push it down, just like we always do. But now we have what almost looks like a wrapped spine. Pretty cool, huh? I think somebody else actually had done this on the design team, and I can't remember if it was Bobby, maybe? Apparently I cannot measure today. Oh my god, seriously. Okay, I'm not sure what I did here, but something's wrong. I am truly not sure what I have done to this, but somehow I was off. not go away. And again, here we go. Alright, so again, line this up. Again, around. Show this glue, in which case you're refusing to come out, despite the fact it doesn't feel clogged. And everything got cleaned out last night, but here we are. Again. Okay. And really what you could do, if you knew what paper you're using on your front back cover, you could go ahead and cut that so that it goes just barely up underneath this. I'm not sure what I'm using yet, so at least doing it this way, you don't have to worry about, because you know when you wrap a spine on the other method of wrapping your covers and how, like, it doesn't always line up right and you have to, I don't know. I didn't do it too horribly often just because it was a little bit harder to do to get it lined up right. I never thought mine looked good when I finished them. So, all right. There you have it. Looks like you have wrapped your spine, but it's the new album wrap method and it looks great. In fact, I almost think it looks better. So let's move on to our little interior cover piece here. So this is 6 3/8 by 6. I'm trying to use up score tape scraps, so got a couple of pieces to remove backing from here. Turn this sideways. Do it upside down. Just make sure I got it going the right way before we stick it down, because as you know with score tape, once it's down, it's down. Unless you want to get out the undo and go nuts that way, which quite honestly, I don't want to. Not if I can help it. Okay, I'm going to take my bone folder again. I'm just going to work that crease. Get that paper good and down in there. There we go. So here's our cover. Grab our scoreboard. We are going to do our pockets that are going to go front and back cover. These are going to be the same. So you need 2 pieces, 7 3/8 by 2 1/2. Starting with the 7 3/8 side at the top of your scoreboard, you're going to score 1/2 inch, turn, 1/2 inch, turn, 1/2 inch. I'm going to do that to both pieces. And then our other pocket is 7 3/8 by 4. Same thing again, 7/8 at the top. I'm sorry, 7 3/8. 7 3/8 by 2 1/2, 7 3/8 by 4. I cannot talk this morning, I apologize. It's still early. There's a reason I don't usually do this in the morning. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and miter. So you're going to miter your top corners, like so. Okay, and then we're going to miter the bottom, where we're going to cut all the way through, where that point is where the score lines cross. Okay. So my son's home on fall break. My husband, for some reason, decided to work from home today, and it is absolute. It's loud today. I'm not used to there being that much noise during the week, because usually I'm here alone. Okay. Okay, hold on like 2 seconds. Let me close out of this whole group chat that keeps going nuts back there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish our pockets. Oops. All 3 sides, not just 2. Doesn't do us a whole lot of good if you only fold 2 of the 3 sides. Okay. So bring our book in. So we're going to kind of stagger these a little more than I normally would. Well, I take that back. So we can either stack them on top of each other like this, and then put them down. And why are they still too wide? No, they're not. They're fine. Or we can kind of stagger them ever so slightly so that they're not sitting on top of each other, but I think I am just going to sit them on top of each other because it's easier, and then I don't have to think so much about how I'm actually doing this, like the mechanics of it. Okay, so I am going to put the little one on top of the bigger one first. Okay. And then we'll put it in the book. If you wanted to mat the entire page behind here, you absolutely could. I'm not, because I'm trying to save a little bit on my paper. So I'm just going to mat what absolutely has to be matted. And this should line up to this bottom outside corner. Put it down, or not, because this glue is going to be the death of me today. Bottom outside corner. Burnish this down because it does not want to cooperate today. Now I've lost my pen again. Oh, there it is. Good, we've managed to bend it even better. There we go. Okay. And then we'll burnish our sides down. The same thing on the other side. We're going to attach the small pocket to the large pocket first. on here. Okay. All right. Okay, so we got our pages. Let's go ahead and do our spine. So our spine is 6 by 5.5. Okay, with the 5.5 at the top of the scoreboard, you're going to score every 1/2 inch all the way across. Okay. And now I need to find, so of course, I scored on the side that I wrote on. Okay, so we're going to fold, burnish, glue. Okay, skip the next one. Fold, so when you fold, you should see 1, 2, 3. Okay. Burnish. Burnish. I'm going to fold the first one back, fold the second one back, burnish that one as well. Okay, so then you're going to skip one and then fold again and burnish. Okay, so again you should have 1, 2, 3. Okay. So there's 3. We're going to skip one. And we should be on our last one here. Okay. So give it just a minute to kind of set. Other one folded back, and then we'll fold this one, and there you go. There is your hinge. Okay. However, before we put this down, I do want a mat underneath there. So I am going to take That was my piece that was not quite the right size because we can use it. Aha, there we go. We just need to trim it down just a touch. Okay, so this will be 6 3/8. And then I'm going to just trim off, because I had scored that at 1/4 of an inch on each end. I'm just going to trim that off. And then we'll see if we're a good size. No, just a tiny bit more. Okay, there we go. And I know I said I was going to ink. It has a stand, but I'm not going to use it. And I have lost my, there it is, my tiny distress ink. So I am going to ink this just a little bit. Do we want the buffalo checkup? I think we do, actually. All right. Okay. And we're just going to glue that down in the middle. All right, I've had it. This is driving me nuts. This one, of course, doesn't have the tip, so now it's going to get messy. Okay. I'm just going to center that. And down it goes. Okay. There's our spine. Our pages are just going to be 4 pieces, 6 by 12. We're going to score them at 6 inches. And then they literally are just going to fold and go on the spine. Okay. So if that's all you're going to do, let's just fold that in half. And then you just need to decide if you want your opening on, actually no, the opening does have to go to the top, that's right. Okay. So, I wonder if it's the metal tip. cleaning this really quickly. Okay, anyway, so what you're going to do is kind of lay that hinge over. You're going to get glue all across. We're just going to slide this down on, lining it up top to bottom. Push it down. Okay, I'm going to come back the other way, burnish that down, and we're just going to do a little bit of glue down here, and then on here again. And there you go. So it was that simple. Okay, let's go to our next one. And you may need to work your hinges a little bit so that they turn nicely and bend nicely. Of course, that didn't stick down up there because, well, maybe it did. No, it didn't. Okay, so we folded it to the right. Glue on there. Whoops. Line this up, top to bottom, and then down it goes. So don't go too far to the top. Okay, there we go. And just fold it back the other way, and again. Okay. All right, here's our second. And then nice and flat. To decorate them, then of course, as we all know, that will not continue. But for now, it's really nice. Okay, so again, fold it over. Okay, back the other way. There we go. And one last page. Okay. One more time. And there you go. Okay, so our base is done. Let me gather up everything for our pages inside, and I will be back. Okay, so I have matted the front and the back, and the pockets on the front inside. We're going to do the rest of this, well, and then the base of the page. So I've just used the petite prints on the bases. So those are 5 7/8 by 5 7/8. And then we're going to do the different little page elements together because this is, like I said, just kind of a little layout book. It's not so much, you know, like a whole bunch of flips and flaps and that kind of thing. So, oops. So I've got my chit chat and my odds and ends figured out as far as what I want on which page. And what I typically will do, and you've probably seen me use these before, but maybe not for a while. So I have 2 trays. These are the chit chat. These are the odds and ends. And I just will go through them and kind of separate them. So I like, with the odds and ends, I've got all the little trick-or-treaters together. I've got all the little buildings together. The little ghosts in their vehicles, the bigger ghosts, the pumpkins, you know, small animals, stars. I think those are eyeballs, actually. Oh, I might want those on the wrong page, actually. Actually, those might be more candy. I'm not really sure. Candy, some little like stars and things, you know, just separate stuff out. So like here I've got all the little, you know, what do you call those? Not thought bubbles, but you know what I mean. And then, you know, just so like things are separated together. So it makes it a little bit easier to, you know, to go through because there are tons of pieces in there. So, for example, the odds and ends has 144 pieces. The chit chat has 102. So that's just kind of how, you know, I keep a handle on it. So we're going to do a little tiny waterfall with the colored cardstock. So these are, I don't know what these are. Where's my, there we go. 3 5/8 by 4 1/8. Did I do these wrong? No, I didn't. Maybe I did. I don't honestly know what I did. I may have done this wrong. You know what? It's fine. I did. You know what? It's okay. It'll just be a little bit smaller, or we can turn it sideways. We'll turn it sideways. So we're going to score each of these at 1/2 with the 3 5/8 at the top. And because this is not artisan, we're going to be a little bit more careful when we fold. Just in case. All right. So, I was wondering if this is going to work the way I wanted it to. It should. Okay. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to turn this upside down so I can line it up because that's how I do my waterfalls. And we're going to go to this side over here. And we're just going to leave a tiny border on the top and on the side. Okay. Yeah, that didn't work quite like it was supposed to. I think it was supposed to go the other way, but you know what? It will be fine because one thing, I'm going to burnish that down just a little bit better. Okay. We are going to put this little ghost right here. We are going to put this little spider web up here. This little spider. So we're going to put our spider web down like so. Grab a foam dot. And put him right there. And we are going to go ahead and glue down the ghost as well. Oh, that must be him blowing out the sprinklers. I'm like hearing a very weird noise all of a sudden. But I'm betting that's why. Okay. So I've got just several of the little candy pieces from the odds and ends. Actually, tuck that under his little hand there. Okay. I'm going to pop a couple of these up and leave a couple of them flat, just so we have kind of a good mix. We're basically going to scatter. I mean, I don't know what else. How else to explain it? Little candies down here along the bottom. Okay. And then if you wanted to, you could go ahead and mat those. All I'm going to do is just add a little piece of this border strip on here, which I forgot to cut. So let's just double check. So I believe these are 4 1/8. Turn my ruler the right way. They are. So I'm going to cut this border strip down. To 4 inches. Right? And then I am going to go ahead and ink these. Apologize, I thought I had these cut and I didn't realize I just had kind of tucked it off to the side there. Never did cut them. All right. And this too will kind of help weight down those waterfall pages so that they're not flapping unnecessarily. Okay. And I can either do that one the same way, or I can flip him over and do just the stars. I'm going to do that with the little stars, actually. All right. All right, so there's our first page. For our second little page here, we're going to have this little owl paper. We're going to adhere down over here on the right-hand side. sorry, not right, left. I can sit here thinking about it after I said it going, wait a minute, that's not what I meant. Okay, so I've got my little chit-chat pieces there. This photo mat is going to come down right here. I am not going to ink the photo mats. This is one of the little list cut aparts. We are going to ink this one. Okay. And then I have got a 3 5/8 by 4 1/8 piece of cardstock. We're going to score it 1/2 inch. And we are going to fold and burnish. And this is going to go on here. Okay. Help if we get on there straight too. Okay. We are going to attach this tab to the back of the photo mat. Okay, so we're just going to center that up. Put that over, and then this whole thing's going to go down here, and that will flip up. Okay. And I don't typically do more layout type pages because I don't like layouts. I'm not good at them. They literally just break my brain. I don't see how people come up with them because it's so not me. I can't even tell you. Okay. So this little tree we're going to set right here, but we need to cut off a couple of little branches. So I'm just going to trim those off. And this is going to sit right here. We're going to go ahead and glue him down. Okay. Our little vampire is going to sit right over here. We're also going to put him down flat just because, except that apparently I've lost my little rag I was using. Okay, I don't want glue over the whole back. I just want glue on his bottom half and on his left side so that a photo can still be slipped back underneath there. Okay? So this, oh, I had the cats out. I'm not sure. We're going to put those back because I think I really want a couple of the kitty stickers. And now there's another one here somewhere. We're going to add a mouse. Okay, so there's that. Now, this page, I have got 4 mini cards, essentially, that are 2.5 by 5, scored at 2.5. We are going to mat the fronts with these little 2 by 2. They're actually 2 3/8 by 2 3/8 little cut apart pieces here. Okay. And what I'm going to do and I just forgot to ink him. Do that very quickly. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is these are going to kind of go on here, and it's up to you. If you want them all to open the same direction, then by all means have them all open the same direction. I am going to do this where they're going to all open different directions. You could do these where not only are they opening different directions, but you're doing it where they're all kind of touching here in the middle, because then that leaves you somewhere in the center part here to mat. See, like so. That you could put a bigger picture under here, and these are all just going to fold closed over the top of it. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. So just to get this lined up about where I want it, I'm just going to close these all up and kind of center this here how I want it. Okay. Otherwise, you would just kind of spread these out. Okay, this one will go down here. Now, could I have cut this bigger and scored it and trimmed pieces out and gotten the same effect? Absolutely. But that's a whole lot of trimming and scoring and hoping that everything you have cut is going to line up the way you want it to line up. Okay. With this, I don't really have to worry as much about it. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get these put down where I want them. Actually, I'm going to ink them first so I don't forget. This is literally why I don't ink my projects, because I kid you not, I forget about halfway through matting that I was inking, and then only half of it gets inked. Seriously. I do it all the time. But I love how it looks. So I've been trying to be better about that. Put him up there. Ah. Okay. In fact, if you wanted to, you could add magnets in here, and that would be cute. What I was kind of debating about was taking one of my cut aparts and backing him. In fact, that's actually what we're going to do. You know that? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have a slight change to my plan here, and I think it's going to be cute. All right, so the inside of this should be 5 by almost 5. So we're going to go 4 3/4. Just one second here. All right. So what I'm going to do So we're going to put this down in here. But before we do that, I am going to grab a set of magnets because why didn't I think of this sooner? I think I did think of it. I think that was when my son and his friend were down here making all the noise. All right, so all right. And we're just going to center him up, put him down. So there's his magnet. I'm going to glue down our mat underneath. Okay. Fold all those in. And then he'll sit on top like that. But before we do that, we're going to find a scrap here that's big enough. Yep, okay. So we're going to glue him onto just some plain black cardstock. All right. So then I am just going to fussy cut around him. Okay. All right. So he'll sit just like that and hold that closed. And he's cute. All right. Next one, this is going to be another fairly simple one. And again, like I said, because this is really more of a layout book than a you know, the way we would typically do a mini album. And that's in part because they go together faster. I mean, I literally came up with this. I've been working on this, what, maybe 2 hours at the most. And that includes figuring out all of the matting and whatnot. So that's like crazy fast for me. Nothing I ever do goes that fast. Okay. So this is going to come down right there. Photo mat's going to sit on top of part of it. Okay. And our cute little ghost in the truck, who is like our little ghost in the truck Doodle Pop. We are going to set him there, but we are going to pop him up. I am out of black foam tape, and I'm going to be out of black foam dots at the end of this, I'm sure. Okay, so he is going to sit right there. This is going to come and sit right on the back. This one I am actually going to use normal foam dots just because I've got some small ones somewhere. Still good. Okay, maybe I don't. Alright, I'm going to use the small foam tape then. Okay, so that's going to sit right there, and I did need to double that up. That's why I couldn't remember. That's how I had that planned. And it is. Okay. Okay. We're going to put this little banner up here. And we're going to pop that one up as well. And I did actually cut one end of this off because this is longer than what our page is. And we're going to use the other half on the opposite page. So there we go. For our next page, this one, we're going to go ahead and continue with that candy paper on the bottom. And I realize you're not seeing a whole lot of it, which is unfortunate because it's adorable, but it just kind of helps break that up. Okay. And then again, we're just going to center this up. Side to side, we're going to go about 1/8 of an inch from the top. And this side, we've got our other piece of our banner that's going to go over here. Okay. All right. And so then this one, we've got a moon and a cloud that are going to sit up here on top. Put the moon down flat. So this one you wouldn't put as big of a picture. You would do journaling or something over here. And we're going to pop up our clouds. Or cloud, that is. We're going to glue this little guy down over on the side here. This is going to go down here at the bottom. But we're going to put this little donut down, or sorry, donut ticket down first. Then I'm going to find where I just put that foam tape. Okay, and then all of my little stars here, we're just going to kind of scatter up here at the top. There you go. There's your next page. Alright, so this one we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to put this one down first. We're only going to glue this on 3 sides. Okay? That shit needs inked. See, it needs somebody like standing over me going, ink your paper, Jennifer. Come on. And we're going to ink the cute frog paper. Because I love the frog paper, I can't even tell you. That is the cutest dang frog, and I've got in my stash, and I pulled it out, and then I couldn't make myself use it. So I have a hoard of Doodlebug Doodle Pops. I have a whole little drawer full of them over here. And I pulled this little guy out, and he's from, I think he was with Booze and Brews like 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago. And he's so cute, and he would be, I can't use him. I can't make myself do it. Okay, so we are going to light glue on 3 sides. This is going to come over in this lower right-hand corner, 1/8 away from the bottom, 1/8 an inch away from the side. This one is going to come over here, and again, we're only going to glue it on 3 sides because we're basically making a little pocket. Okay. All right. So then we've got our little trick-or-treater on her scooter. We're going to put this little October 31st back here. And we are going to not put glue all over the back of her just yet because I need to look at this. Yeah, I'm on the wrong end, like always. Okay. So she's only getting glued on the one side, so you can still stick something back behind there. And then this, we're going to glue like so to her, not to what's underneath. Okay. And then I'm going to find wherever I have put my dots. And we're just going to put that on there. Okay, so that one is done. And like I said, this is open. Oh, this is open, so you can tuck a couple of things in there. Okay, so this one is going to go somewhat like that. So we're going to glue our photo mat down first because our stripe paper is going to go across the bottom of it. Okay. This is going to go across here. We're only going to glue it on the ends so that you can get a picture underneath it if you need to. Okay. And this little spooky from our chit chat is going to go on here. And now I've got to decide. So I can either use our little eyeball stickers, or I can use the eyeballs that came out of the chit chat. And I'm really kind of liking them better. So that's what we're going to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some of those in half so that we can pop this up. But because, you know, it's kind of tiny, kind of narrow, not going to be the easiest thing in the world to get foam squares on the back of. It's a little bit thinner, so there we go. Okay. Literally just got my nails done, and this one's lifting again already. I'm not very nice to my nails. I'm very rough on them, and I know this, but come on. Okay. So that's going to sit on there. And then this is going to go on top. There you go. And then, if you really wanted to, we could come back here to our mini icons, and we could add, say we wanted a little ghost up here, and we're going to give the little ghost a frog balloon. And there you go. I mean, come on. How stinking cute is that? Look at that. Okay. We are on to the home stretch. Okay, so this one, I've got a 4x8 piece of the pattern paper. I've taken the one that has just, the tone on tone and then the full color on the inside, scored it at 4 inches, and it's going to go in this upper corner up here after we ink it. All right. Okay, so there's that. We're going to put Trick or Treat. Actually, I might put Trick or Treat over there because I was really thinking this little ghost with his little train or his little wagons full of stuff, I think he's going to run along the bottom here. But I'm going to wait to put him down because I think I am going to put him on some black cardstock and fussy cut, and y'all don't need to watch me do that because it does take a while. So I will come back and do that. We're going to run our Trick or Treat down the side here, like so. So that's fine the way it is. And we are just going to glue that down flat. Okay, and other than our cover, we're done. Super easy, super fast project. If you've got the 6x6 pad, it would be that much easier to mat this, especially if you've got the 6x6 petite prints, which I don't know that Tammy got those in the store. But you could do this type of album with pretty much any collection, and it comes together really fast for something where maybe you don't have tons and tons of pictures, but you've got enough that you want somewhere special to put them. So all I'm going to do on the front here, and the only reason I haven't done it is because I haven't decided which one I'm going to do. I am either going to mat this and pop it up, or mat this one and pop it up. I think probably this one. Just on some black cardstock, and then I'm just going to use some of the mini icons and the icons just kind of around it, just, you know, and on the spine here, just to add some pop to it. But that's about it. That's literally all you're going to do to it, and you've got a finished project and a cute, fun, easy project at the same time. So thanks for watching. If you end up making one of these, by all means, please share it on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations and on my page, Scrapping Under the Influence. Tammy is getting the Doodlebug papers up on Scrapbookers, or on Country Craft Creations website today, so hopefully they'll be up there maybe tonight. It is limited. She doesn't have a whole lot of it left, so when it's up there, if you want it, grab it, and grab it fast. I've got a couple more projects I'm going to do with this paper, and I'll be back with them later. Thanks!